Good afternoon, students. Today I'll tell you the topics that we're going to cover in Unit 2. In Unit 2, the main two topics that we will be doing are applets and the string handling functions. So before talking about the applets, I'll first tell you about the string handling functions. Okay, so first let me tell you the definition of an applet. What is an applet basically? Applets are the small applications that we will create in Java which will run over the internet. You can run those applications on the internet as your web documents. So this is the definition of applet. We will be creating applets in our unit. I'll show you how to create an applet. Okay, before that, first let's see the string handling functions that we will be doing. Now, if you remember, how do we declare the main function in Java? We use this public static void main string args. This is how we declare the main function. Now the string over here is basically a class. This is a class. So in this class, what is this args? Args is an array, which is, you can say, it's an argument list. It will contain all the text that you will use in your program that will be stored in this args list. Now for creating any string, we have to refer to this class string. If you want to create any string in your program, you have to refer to the class string. So for that particular class, obviously a string is a class, so you need to create an object of it. Okay, so for creating it, what is the syntax? The syntax is string s is equal to new string. This is how we create an object. This is what I told you in my last class also, that if you want to create an object of any particular class, how do you do it? You write the name of the class. Name of the class over here is string. Object name we have taken as s is equal to new. New is the operator, and the class name followed by parenthesis. Now why do we use this parenthesis? This parenthesis means that we are calling the default constructor. We are calling the default constructor. Now the point comes over here is that what is a constructor? So basically, what is a constructor? Constructor basically initializes the value of the object once it is created. Once this object s is created, what will this default constructor do? It will initialize the value of the instance variable that has been declared within the class. Okay, I will explain this to you with the help of example. I'll show the full example to you, and you will get to know about it. So the main use of a constructor is that it initializes the value of an object once the object is created. It will initialize that particular value. What will it do? What will this default constructor do? It will go to the instance variables and it will assign 0 to the instance variable. If you remember, I gave you an example of, we used a class with the name box. In that box, we declared 3 instance variables with the name width, height and depth. So once you will declare this default constructor, you have to use it anytime you create any object. You have to use this syntax only. So what will it do? It will go to the instance variables and it will assign it to the default value 0. Now so there are two types of constructors that we will be using. First is your default constructors, and second is your parameterized constructors. Default constructors and parameterized constructor. So first let's see an example of default constructor. See, first what will you do? You will create any class. Let's say we have taken the name of class, keyword will come like this only, it will not change, it's a reserved word. Suppose you have taken the name of the class as box. Okay, we are taking that example only that I explained you last time. In this class box, what I am doing, you can use parenthesis here also, you can use it here also. So in this class box, I am taking 3 variables of type double. One is width, second is height, width, height, and third one will be what comes while taking a volume, width, height and length. Okay, these are the 3 variables that I have taken. Now after this, what do I need to declare? I need to declare a method. Now as I am giving you the example of default constructor, so there are some properties of constructor that you have to remember. First property is that the name of the constructor, the name of the constructor will be same as the class name. Whatever will be your name of the class, that will be only the name of your constructor. The name of the constructor will be same as the class name. So over here, as you have taken the name of the class as box, so the name of the constructor will also be box. Second property that you have to remember is that constructors do not have a return type, not even void. They do not return any value. We don't even use void in terms of in front of constructor. They do not have any return type. Third property is that okay, so first is that they have the same name as the class name. They do not have any return type. Okay, so these are the 2 main properties that you have to remember for constructor. Now in this class, let me first declare a default constructor. So I am declaring a default constructor. So this is my default constructor. If the name will be same as the box as the class name, and it will be followed by parenthesis. This is the third property. It will end with this bracket, parenthesis. Okay, so it's a you can say it's a type of method. It's not a method, it's a type of method because it is using this parenthesis. Okay, so box, in this what will I do? I will assign the values to these variables width, height and depth. Let's say to width I have assigned value 10, to height I have assigned value 20, and to length or depth, I can also use the word depth over here. Width into height and depth hota hai na, volume. Width into height and depth. You can use the word depth over here instead of length. Depth. Okay. Depth you have assigned value 30. So in this default constructor we have assigned the values to these particular variables. Now next, for when we declare a class, I told you we have to declare 2 things. First the instance variables. So these are the instance variables. Default constructor we have declared. Now we have to also declare a method over here. Okay, that method can return a value or it cannot return a value. It can have parameters, it cannot have parameters. I have told you the example of all the 3 types. So right now I will use a method which will return a value but will not have the parameters. So let's say that method is that method that I am using over here. I am telling you that it's returning a value. So let's say if it is returning a value, so it will return double type value only, क्योंकि आपके जो ये variables हैं, these are of double types. So double, let's say I have kept the name of the method as volume. It is returning a value, but it is not passing any parameters. Okay. So double volume. What does this method do? Since it is returning a value, so within this will come return what? Width into height into so sorry, depth and height is the same thing. Width into height into length. Width into height into length. Okay, this will come width into height into length. So we are returning this width into height into length. Okay, this method is returning this value. Now, this is one class that I have declared. Now I have to use my main class, main method. So that main will be declared where? It will be declared within a class. In Java, as I told you in Java, each and everything is declared within a class. So we will take another class. Let's say we have kept the name of the class as demo box demo 1. We can keep the name like this. Okay, in this class we will take public static void main string args. This will come as it is within the curly bracket. First step, what we will do, we will create the objects. What is the syntax for creating the object? Class name followed by the name of the object. Suppose the name of the object I have kept as mybox1. Okay, so class name of the object is equal to new box parenthesis. Okay. So right now I'm showing you this example with the help of one object only. In my last PPT, I explained you with the help of two objects. So you have to just understand it. So we can understand it with the help of one object only. So what I have done, I have used the class box followed by the name of the object, that is mybox1 is equal to new box. Now whenever this parenthesis like this is used and this is the name of the class, so what is this? This is a default constructor. So what is being called? Default constructor is being called. So in the starting also, what does it signify? It signifies that whenever you create an object, you by default call the default constructor. And what does that default constructor do? Before the new operator has finished its work, it will automatically, this default constructor will go to the parameters, to the variables, instance variables that have been declared, and it will assign it to the value 0. Okay, it will assign them the value 0 until unless some new value has been added to it. So right now, as here we have assigned default values to default constructor. We have assigned value over here. Within this class, we have used this default constructor box, and we have assigned the values to these parameters width, height and length as 10, 20, 30. So it will assign them the value 10, 20 and 30 instead of 0, 0, 0, because we have done it in this program. If suppose this would have not been used, so by default the default constructor would assign the values to these instant variables as 0, 0, 0. Now after this object has been created, now we not use that step that we used to do, that mybox1 dot width is equal to 10. We will not assign values over here. So that step will not come in this particular program, because values has been assigned by the default constructor in this program. So you will skip that step over here. First, what will you do? You will refer to this. You have to call this volume method. Now this volume method is returning a value of type double. So within this class, you have to declare a variable. Let's say you have taken the variable name as d1, which will be of double, or you can take it as volume, vol volume. Okay, you should always take the variable names as which is according to your program. Like we have to calculate volume, so we have taken the variable name as vol. So whatever value will be returned by this volume, it will be assigned to this variable vol. So what will we do? We will do vol is equal to what is the name of the object? Name of the object is mybox1. mybox1 dot volume. This is what we have to do in this program. So first, this object has is being we have declared this object. New box will go to the default constructor. Default constructor, where is this value will be assigned. Then you will, when you will do this, vol is equal to mybox1 dot volume. It will go to volume method and will multiply this, and it will print the result. So obviously you have to print the result also over here. So system dot out dot println the volume is plus vol. Okay. Plus stands for the concatenation operator. Okay. In strings we will do the concatenation also. So for concatenating two strings, what we do we use? We use the plus operator. Okay, this is the concatenation. Now, so this is the example of what? This is the example of default constructor. Default constructor. Now, suppose let's say I have to give you the example of parameterized constructor. In your exam questions like this come, what is the constructor? Explain the types of constructor. It has come many times in your exams. So there are other types of constructor also that we will be discussing in our coming classes. But the two main are default and parameterized. Now what is a parameterized constructor? See, in parameterized constructor obviously you will pass parameter to this constructor. So what are the parameters over here? Width, height and length. So what we will do in this, we will pass the parameter double, we will give another name to width. Suppose we are giving the name as W, then double H and double L. Okay. And over here, instead of the values, we will assign these variables. Width is equal to W, height is equal to H, and double is length is equal to L. So once the value will come from this main method, it will be assigned here. How? Let's see. Now this will be one change. Now the other change will be, this will remain as it is. Once you will declare the object like double wall, this is the variable that you declare, box, my box 1 is equal to new box. Now in this box you will pass the parameters, whatever value you want to assign. You want to pass those values in this. Suppose you have passed the value 10, 20, 30. So once you create this object my box 1, you write new box 10, 20, 30. This box will go to this parameterized constructor. To this W value 10 will be passed. To this H value 22 will be passed, and to this L value 30 will be passed. 10, 20, 30. Now value of W is 10, so 10 will be assigned to width, then 20 will be assigned to height, and 30 will be assigned to length. Okay, so the values have been assigned. What was our purpose? Our purpose was to assign the values to these instance variables. So this has been done. Now we have to call the volume method. That will be done in the same way as we have done. Vol is equal to my box 1 dot volume. So volume we have the value of width, height and depth. It will multiply and we will display the result over here. Okay. So this is the simple example of default and parameterized constructor. Now I was telling you about the string handling functions that we will be using in Java. Now there are several string handling functions that we will be using, like we can calculate the length of a string, and concatenation we can do that in every program we are doing. Then we can also use the toString function. If suppose we want to convert a variable to type string, then we can do it using toString function. Then char@, we want to find the character at a particular position, then the position of that particular character, that we can do using char@ function. Then we can also use replace, and there are many more functions that we will be discussing in our coming classes. Now one more thing I want to tell you in this particular lecture is, just wait, this I have told you that when you write string s is equal to new string, what will it do? Basically it will create instance of a string. It will create instance of a string with no characters. It will create instance of a string. Instance means what? Object of a string which will have no characters. Okay. And if suppose you want to create a string which is initialized by an array of characters. If suppose you want to create a string which is initialized by an array of characters, how are you going to do it? For that, the syntax, this is the syntax that an instance has been created with no characters in it. So that is a default constructor which we are using over here. Now, if suppose you want to create a string with the characters in it, with an array of characters, the syntax will be chars is equal to A, B, C. Suppose we have taken like this, C, okay, and string S is equal to new string chars. We have taken an array with the name chars which is of character type. Character type so means therefore we have taken single quotes over here because we are storing different characters in that particular array. So first character we have stored as A, second character we have stored as B, third character we have stored as C. Now, when you will declare this particular string, the object of this particular string I told you is a class. So we declare the object as S. String S is equal to new string chars. So where will it go? It will go to this chars array. Okay, it will go to this chars array, and what will it do? This is a constructor, basically it's a parameterized constructor. So this constructor will initialize S with the string ABC. This constructor will initialize S with the string ABC. Okay, its type is string. String S is equal to new string, type is string. So this here you are passing this character array, so character type. So it will initialize this constructor. This constructor will initialize this object S with the string ABC. Okay, so these are the basic things that we will be using in our unit 2. There are many methods that we will be discussing in unit 2. The name is sounding to be we have to just talk about string handling functions and applets, but it's really a very vast topic. We will be discussing many things in this particular unit. Unit 1 is the most vast, and after that comes unit 2, and after that the units time will it will take less time to finish the remaining units. Okay, now so this is all about string handling functions. We will be discussing all these functions in details. In this class I just want to tell you the basic thing about the string handling functions. Okay, so in my next class I will tell you the basic things about the applets. Okay, thank you so much.